All right, so we're going to go ahead and do this in podcast format today. Let's get right into it. A couple days ago, 2 days ago, I made a video talking about how Ohio restaurant and bar owners, or at least Columbus restaurant and bar owners, had a big win in court when a judge decided that the rules put in place by the Columbus City Council to tell bars and restaurants they had to close at 10 p.m. Did not fall within the law, and they issued a temporary restraining order on that new rule so that the bars could remain open. And that was a big win for them. But it seems that it might have been kind of short-lived. We're going to see how this all plays out. But today, alcohol sales. So basically, he's coming right back at him and saying, okay, all right, you don't like that rule? We'll just make it so you can't sell alcohol. Bars and restaurants are predominantly doing after 10 p.m. So, he's thinking that's going to limit people from coming out. Last call will be at 10 p.m. All right. Columbus. This is actually an article. This is not in Columbus. This is all of Ohio. So this is Cincinnati.com is where I'm getting this article from. Cincinnati Enquirer. Last call is expected starting Friday night at Ohio bars and restaurants with the goal of thinning out crowds to help slow the spread of coronavirus. Governor Mike DeWine has asked for a statewide emergency rule that would cut off alcohol sales at 10 p.m. each night, with any alcohol purchased by 10 required to be consumed by 11 p.m. The State Liquor Commission will have a special meeting Friday morning to consider the new rule. If it approves the rule, it will take effect Friday night. The order would apply to any establishment with a liquor license. Establishments can remain open, but cannot sell alcohol. Governor DeWine said, I'm mindful of the economic impact that this has, but we have to slow the spread of the virus, and we have to slow it down across the state of Ohio. The statewide rule comes after Columbus stalled its attempt to impose a local curfew on bars. Columbus officials passed an ordinance that would have... Okay, we just talked about this, so... the judge said that the situation could change if statewide restrictions were imposed on bars and restaurants. DeWine then said, let me just say to bar owners, most of you are doing a phenomenal job. You're following the directions. You're doing everything you can to keep your bar open. Sadly, not every bar is doing that. Okay. I said this before. I said this in the last video, and I'll say it again. We can't limit people's ability to make money right now. We can't any further. I understand that COVID-19 is a real illness. I'm not denying that. I'm sure, I believe that a lot of the testing and the way they're qualifying cases of coronavirus and deaths from coronavirus are a little skewed. And I'm not sure why. I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories or anything like that of why they would do such a thing. But what I do know is that the economy is hurting bad and people are losing their livelihoods. So I say, we cannot, after almost 5 months of this economic despair, let it continue. Yes, we have to put these things in place to do things more safely. The masks, the extra cleaning, the social distancing, the limiting number of patrons even, which I think even that, and like, that's a huge impact in itself on a company's ability to make money. Reducing their ability to serve certain amounts of people, that's already hurting them. So to go further with this, these extra rules imposed on top of it, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. I think the idea here is that people are people have lower inhibitions after 10 p.m., I guess. Well, because maybe they're drinking for longer, okay? And so maybe they're a little more lax in their social distancing or their mask wearing or whatever it is. I get that. I understand. It. Like, I get what maybe the thought process is. But, look, man, I struggle here because I don't want to sound heartless, because I'm not. I understand that people are at real risk for getting COVID-19, of the utmost health, are struggling the worst with this and dying the most from this. But man, we cannot destroy our entire economy and literally people's livelihoods. The backbone of America is small business. That's what runs the United States. Small businesses. So many of them are closing their doors forever now because of this prolonged time of not being open or being open at very limited capacity. I just don't think it's not sustainable. It can't go on any longer. I mean, what are we going to do? I mean, I think the only other thing there is shut everything down again, right? Like, you can't, and you might as well, if you're going to do something like to a bar, if you're going to make a rule for a bar that probably makes most of its money between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. every evening, you might as well shut it all the way down, which I'm not calling for at all. At all. I just think why even allow them to open if you're going to do that? It's like you can open, but not enough to actually get by. Like, you might as well not even open. You might as well just shut your doors. This is I don't know. It's just insane, man. And like I said, I don't want to sound heartless or like I don't care, because I do. And I would hate to see someone near me, a family member, maybe an elderly person or a vulnerable person get sick. That's terrible. And I would be crushed by that if it was someone, close to me that I knew that happened to. I think those are the people we need to maybe we can up screening of some way. Maybe we can do more temperature checks or something. But limiting a person or a business's ability to make money right now in a terrible economic downturn is not the way to go. This is going to be so harmful. And I truly believe that more people in the long run are going to die from economic despair, not literally from economic despair, but from the consequences of it. We've got a lot of mental health things going on with people being depressed, and suicides are up in some areas, and when low-income families aren't able to eat, or even middle-income families become low-income families, it's just, in the long run, we're going to lose a lot more people with the shutdowns than from COVID-19. That's my personal opinion. I think that's what will prove to be the case over a period of time. I think the economic shutdown is going to be more harmful to our country than the coronavirus itself. It's not sustainable, man, and we have to keep this thing rolling. I agree. We got to do everything we can to do it safely, but we can't limit someone's ability to stay open. And eventually, that's what it does. If you can only operate at half capacity, or your hours that you do the most business are being taken away from you, it's only a matter of time before you have to shut your doors for good. So, I don't know. I'd love to hear what other people think. Maybe. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear some outside opinions on this, but that's my 2 cents. If you like videos like this, where I talk about whatever's on my mind each day, random topics every day. Subscribe for more, because that's what I do here. Like the video, share it if you found it enjoyable, and I will talk to you tomorrow.